Hey friends, Christine here. And after my video last week of the Perpetual Journal I gave to a friend, I had several emails and questions and comments on the video, so I'm going to try and address them here. So what we have going on are a couple of things. There was that version of the perpetual calendar that I made, and now I have a few kits as well that I want to share with you. So here, for example, this is one I designed personally for myself, and it's a lot of damask patterns that you can see, very pretty, very vintagey, very grungy, that I made. Okay, so that's one. So let's start there. And then there's a watercolor version of just a simple watercolor dividers like those. And then there's a cherry blossoms. And this one too is pretty. So there's lots of different variety on all of the months. Okay. So what you need to know about making these, they're very simple, very simple. So this kit with the water blossoms, cherry blossoms, comes with a very simple type here, and this one, the vintage damask wallpaper, comes with a more froofy type, as does this watercolor one. More scripty, proofy. So each kit works exactly the same. They each have some different elements in them depending on like the style. So let's start with this. Basically all the kits come with this page, or with one divider printing on a page. I did that because if you're printing on paper that's not very heavy, what you'll do is you'll score and fold, and I'll do that in a second, and then double it up, glue it up. It's good, it's strong. However, if you are printing on, for example, 110-pound cardstock, you can print the first 6 pages and it will print like this, and then basically flip it in your printer and then print the next 6 pages and it'll print the second design on that same page. So this cardstock is definitely strong enough. You just cut it out, it makes a great divider. This is 110-pound index, which we know is lighter. In fact, it is the same weight as an index card. Okay, so it's like one of these. But that's just not, in my mind, strong enough to be a divider. I want something a little beefier. So what I would do in that case, if I were working with this kind of paper, which I often am because I use it a lot, is I would score it like so, fold it, and then glue, and use it in 2 layers. Glue. Boy, life is hard. Okay, so I'm going to look at where I need some glue here, and I'm not going to put too much, but I'm going to make sure the edges are good. And now I'm going to close it up. And I'll find a bone folder to make it all happy. And then we're going to cut. Now we can cut any number of ways. We could cut with scissors. We could cut on the paper cutter. We could cut with a knife, which is what I'm going to do here. Okay, I'm just going to cut this to the size I want. And basically it's just trim it to the artwork. So now what I did here, all right, this is a little bit different. What I did on mine is, here I'll take March, is I cut straight across. I cut the tab off because I wanted to use these happy little grungy tags. So if you're thinking about doing that, then you would just cut this off. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I will show you what I did. There's mine. So now we have basically a square, a rectangle. So then I took my little rounder and I rounded it. Beautiful. And then of course I inked it because I am that way. So I'm going to ink it. could use a little more ink on it, but it's good. Okay, so then basically, in the case of this kit, where it comes with a variety of different color designs and then some different tabs. I chose that tab, that was my favorite. For this, I'm going to use this tab because it's here. And I can just show you how to do it. So basically, cut here. Now there's tabs included that you could actually go around the outline. But I did, if you happen to have this tab cutter, this does fit perfectly into here. So you could just line it up to your liking. And now it's done. And then we could go this way and get a blank for the back. All right, so you'd want to cut out one tab for each of your dividers. And then what I do is take a little bit of glue on the back one and I put it down. So now I'm going to add this one. Oh, I'm probably going to ink it. Yes, in fact I am, because it's the look I like for this set. The other sets, obviously, they're much cleaner, more modern. We will not ink them. So then here I just need a little bit on the bottom tab section so that it sticks to here. There's already some glue there. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so that's all there is to it to make this sort of tab. Okay, so we'll move that along. Now, again, if you're using this paper, same thing as what I did here with the Damask, it's too thin. It needs to be doubled up. So, same thing. Fold it up, give it some glue, and cut it out. All right, I'm not going to do that one because I just did that exact same thing. So here's one, doesn't need to be folded. It is more than strong enough at 110 cardstock. So we're going to do this. Okay, and then we would do the same with the next one, but let's just do this. I want to show you how you can keep the tab that's in place here. So again, use scissors, use anything you like. I'm just knife friendly. Okay, so now here, I'm going to come into here, line it up. Here, and this is as easily done with scissors, so I'm just going to grab mine and cut out that corner and that corner, and then angle these. So all of the prints, all the designs in the kit show this as at an angle, and that's so that you should have an easier time making it round if you want. Now, you don't have to. In fact, in this version, oh, there's January. In this version, I didn't. I left them all at an angle, and that looks fine and good. But if you want to, you can take this and now very carefully just round it. There we go. Oh, I missed that little part there. So you just want to go in and round it. And basically, if you stay along the edge, you'll have no problem getting a nice round tab. So you can see here, this is how it comes off the printer. And you can leave it like that, there's nothing wrong with that. And then here it is rounded. Okay, same as what I just did. Okay, so that's what you want to know about those. And again, there are a couple of different designs available. You can go check that out. Now what happened to January? There's January. All right, so basically the idea of the journal itself is that there's one date printed on each card with no year. So January 1st, January 2nd, so on and so on. Then on that day of each year, you would write, 2023, had lunch with Amanda. Okay, and then you would take that card and put it in the back. Now, yes, I printed some upside down. Ignore that. This is correct. So then the next day, January 2nd, might be received a surprise package from Elaine, and that would be 2023. And then next year, 2024, would be something entirely else. Took the dog to the vet, bought a new car, received my doctorate. I mean, whatever it is that is going on in your life. And you just keep, rotating them back and putting them back in. And then when January is done, you can move it to the back and start on February. All right, does that make sense? So then it's perpetual, and then you could write on the back of the cards as well. So only one side has lines. The designs in the kits are meant to work with both lined or unlined cards because you can buy them either way. And I do show you in a video how quickly they print, so it goes very fast. It's not like you're going to be sitting there forever printing 365 pages or cards. So the other thing I do want to mention is that the height of your box might vary. So for example, this one is this big, and it's some old tin. I don't even know where I got it, but oh yes I do. I got it at a tag sale for 50 cents, a church tag sale. I bought 4 of them, 50 cents each. So there's this one, and then let's see, what about this? Okay, so this is an older style plastic kind, and again, you don't have to be fancy, or you can be as fancy as you want, but basically this one is too tall. The designs in for this box, it's just I can feel it hit. So if that's the case for whatever box you're using, then you simply have to trim the bottom. So in this case, we might take, I don't know, 1/8, 1/4 of an inch off, something like that. And that works with all the designs. So now it will fit in here, no problem. It's just something to consider. I don't know what size boxes everyone's going to be using, so I designed for the largest, knowing that it can be reduced just by trimming off the bottom. So, and that still works with a 4x6 card. The dividers are taller, so you can see it still works. So it'll be just fine and perfect. So there you have it. I hope that sort of explains more about the concept. Again, I think it's a really good concept for people who don't want to spend a lot of time journaling, but still want to be able to sort of record their life and little happenings and special days or non-special days. And then in 10 years, when you go back and read in 2023, you'll get to see on each day what your life was the year before and the year before that. So it's an ongoing, perpetual celebration of your life. And I think it's a really great concept. So I think you should try it. And another use for this type of journal could be as a daily art journal. So instead of having necessarily journal entries for each year, you could make it an annual art journal. So here's, for example, January 2nd, there's a blank piece of paper and the date is printed on it, but the recipient, or you, if you're making it for yourself, would do the art on the other side of the sheet. And you could do that there too, January 1st, little drawing, and so on. So you could fill it all up with artwork, and you could collage, obviously. I mean, there's no limit to what you can do with that. with these cards, except for, of course, the limit of what will fit into your bin. So keep your eyes open at tag sales and thrift stores for fun bins and boxes. This is an actual recipe box. Definitely search online for recipe boxes to hold 6x4 cards or 4x6 cards, and they work great too. So there you have it. Go create, be awesome.